Okay, we're back in round 3. BebbMeister here. I'm taking Abzan Counters Company through its paces. So we got lucky against Hardened Scales in game 1. We got smashed by Storm in match 2. Let's see how we get on in match 3. On the plus side, considering this is my first competitive modern league, I'm pretty pleased that I have won a match. I had lofty ambitions coming into this. Okay, here we go. Join match. Yes, I would like to play first. Thank you. And yes, I would like to mulligan. Okay, so that... It's not great. It's not great, but I'm going to keep it. So why the hell did I hit mulligan? You absolute tool. Begs the question, am I actually going to upload this on YouTube? Possibly not after that epic fail. Well, I'm going to put the land on top just because at this rate I think the only chance I've got of winning is Collected Company. I'm going to lead with a Ghost Quarter and completely bamboozle the hell out of my opponent and hope it's enough for them to just concede. Because what else have I got going for me right now? City of Brass. Okay, so we're up against, I would guess, Ad Nauseam here. Let's wish my opponent good luck, even though they won't need it with that epic turn 1 play. Well, assuming I am up against Ad Nauseam, I really don't think my life total is going to matter, so I'm just going to shock in the Temple Garden and get the beatdowns going with the Duskwatch Recruiter, completely give away my game plan. It wouldn't be fair if they didn't know what I was playing, despite trying to bamboozle them with the Ghost Quarter on turn 1. I know what you're thinking. What the hell is this guy doing, and who encouraged him to play a League of Magic the Gathering? Well, it was my mate Gareth, and I think he was just doing it for the giggles. So swing in for a mighty 2 Duskwatch. Off you go, do some work. Devoted Druid comes in. So on the plus side, we have an out. Assuming they tap out. So part 1 of my plan is then tapping out. So this is good. Part 2 of my plan is hitting a visor off Collected Company. Epic fail. Well, Skews isn't going to do any good, so I might as well get a backup Devoted Druid, and Knight of the Quellery is going to do absolutely nothing. So I think basically next turn they drop a Lotus Bloom, cast Ad Nauseam, win the game, and we're off to games 2 and 3. Okay. What a state. I am. So I'm bringing in 2 Abrupt Decay to deal with any enchantment hate. Sin Collector, really important for stripping things out of their hand. Eidolon of Rhetoric would be a Scavenging Ooze I don't care about because they're not graveyard centric. Corsair coming out. Tracker. Bizarrely can come in. Pride Mage. Night of Autumn's really good. Do you know what? I think I might take out the Knights here because I don't think they're fast enough. Which then begs the question, what do I bring in instead? So I could bring in a Maelstrom Pulse, and I'm at 27 creatures, which probably isn't great for company. Maybe I take out 1 company, but in 1 tracker, because it gives me a shot at drawing cards off clues. Don't want Ooze, don't want Firewalker, Selfless Spirit. They will be bringing in some sweepers. They will be bringing in some sweepers, I would have thought. So I may take the tracker back out. Okay, I just think I need to get really lucky and hit the combo straight off the bat. I mean, in theory, there is a possibility of a turn 3 here. Plus, I've got 2 bits of hate. I think I'm going to keep it. I think I am going to keep it. Now, I'm not going to pay 2 life. Over to you. Lotus Bloom. 2 Lotus Blooms have been exiled. So looking like a fast start from the opponent. So yeah, I could really do with a turn 3 here. So, what is nice? Drawing an Eidolon there. If they don't get rid of a Devoted Druid, I will be able to drop Eidolon of Rhetoric, and then they won't be able to cast both of their Lotus Blooms. So I got to hope that they're massively constrained on mana. So they've got 1 card. Okay, so they have drawn a 2nd land, and they've got a Fatal Bush. So my plan is going horribly wrong. In comes the birds. Unleash the birds. So yeah, they're definitely not constrained on mana. They've got their 3. So if he's got something like an Echoing Truth to bounce to the Eidolon of Rhetoric here. Pact of Negation. Pact of Negation. So we've got to pay 5. So he's going to cast a Lotus Bloom first, which means he can sack it for mana. pay is 5. So on the plus side, at least that means that... I'm wondering whether that means he doesn't have an Angel's Grace. Man, I mean, let's face it, it's getting to the point where he can pretty much go off here anyway. So now the question we ask ourselves is, do we play Abrupt Decay and a second creature? Or do we play Night of Autumn? I want to make absolutely sure that this is offline, so that you can't go off next turn. He's got a Simian Spirit Guide, he now could. I'm going to go to my second main phase, just in case there's any shenanigans. No shenanigans. And commence the beatdown plan with my 2/2 creature. I am going to pay 2 because I'm an idiot and I just like to pay 2 life for the sake of it. So, Duskwatch Recruiter, when it flips, creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Now, I'm pretty new to this deck and I forget that all of the flaming time. So I intend to look at the top of my library. And see whether there is a creature there that I would like. Well, I can see I've got the kill condition. I suppose there's no point in shuffling it back in. Going to play Night of Autumn. Hopefully destroy Artifact or Enchantment. Wow. Opponent concedes. Holy moly. So you're telling me there's a chance? Okay. I think we go with the same again and just hope to get massively lucky. Because Magic isn't a game of skill, it's a game of luck. Okay. Here we go. So I've drawn almost the identical starting hand to the last turn, so I'm guessing that if I mulliganed it, kept it last time, I should keep it this time, and I should definitely not hit mulligan. they are deciding whether they mulligan to 5. Please mulligan to 5. And then 4. Okay, here we go. Lotus Bloom 1 exiled. With no lands. I'm going to play my land tap. I'm going to save 2 life for a change. They find a land, they scry. They put 1 card on the bottom so they don't find a second land. Thank goodness for that. Not at the moment anyway. I play my fetch land. I play basic forest because I love basic forest. I play my devoted druid. I hope that it doesn't die. They get their Lotus Bloom counter suspended. They play Fatal Push. I play my land and I take. Can the opponent win here? There's nothing I can do about Lotus Bloom coming in. They can just sack it in response to Abrupt Decay anyway, so if they're going to win, they're going to win. I'm going to play my Eternal Witness, Flashback Druid. Yes, I would like to get it back, and yes, I would like to pass the turn. Okay, so Lotus Bloom number 1 comes in. They still haven't got a second land. They draw a card. 1 card on top, 1 card on bottom. Okay, so I've got a real decision point here. In terms of, I can play Eidolon of Rhetoric to stop them playing more than 1 spell in a turn. How many time counters does Lotus Bloom have on it? 2. I can play Devoted Druid because if I do, then it means I can chord for the win next turn. Or I can get rid of that Lotus Bloom now, and seeing as they have no other lands at the moment, I think if Jeff Hoopin was watching this game, he would tell me that I need to play Devoted Druid and kill my opponent. Sometimes I think I play too defensively, and I think that could have been a case where I have done. Because now what do I do? Next turn they get their Lotus Bloom. I wonder whether I've made a mistake here. The fact that they've played the Serum Visions gives me a lot of hope. Especially as they put 2 cards on the bottom of their library. I'm going to put a counter on Devoted Druid. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And pray. I've left a mana floating just to confuse them. Okay, so at this point, I think I've won. If they try and remove the Druid now, I can just keep tapping and untapping in response. So I'm going to just float a load of mana here just because I can. And I'm hoping that by doing this, the opponent's just going to see it and concede. It's all about the mind games. They haven't, so I'm going to have to play a card. I'm going to play Dusk Watch. And start looking for Ballista. There it is. Any order. So at this point, I'm now going to cast Ballista for the total of 34, and the opponent sacks it off. Good games. Takes down Ad Nauseam.